In this last video, what we're going to be doing is showing how you can add and remove fields to a table, actually right from the command line. So the first thing we're going to do is just basically select from our table. And if you remember, we have this units table. Basically what we want to do is add a field called uComments. So in order to do that, what you have to do is use the alter table statement. So we're going to say alter table units add. Now here's something interesting. We're going to say that the name of this column, is uComments, and then we're going to say that it's a varchar and that it can be null. If we don't add the null part to it, it will crash because there's already records in there and they don't have a value for that. So if we run this, if you'll notice, in the first case, we have our table. In the second case, we added this field comments, and so there it is at the end. Now, one thing that it pains me to say that you cannot do in TSQL that you actually can do in MySQL is that instead of just putting this at the end, I could have used words like after and before, so to speak, and I could have actually placed this somewhere inside of here. But you can't really do that with TSQL. You'd have to actually go into Management Studio and instead do it this way if you wanted to really add stuff like that. But let's say that I added this field and then I'm like, I didn't really want to do that. How can I fix it? Well, it's a little different. Alter table, It's also really good if you know how to type. If I say this, and then just do a select star, this will crash. And the reason why this will crash is that when you're adding a column in SQL Server, you just name the column. But when you're dropping a column, you have to use the column keyword. It's kind of a strange thing. I don't know why it's like that. It's inconsistent. I didn't make it, but if you do this without the word column, it's going to look for a constraint with that name, which there won't be. So basically, if I run this now, and what happened is I had added this field the last time. Let me just let me run this because I was actually trying to create the column twice. I'll show you that again in a minute. As I do this now, if you look, basically what I did is here the column does not exist. We queried again, now it does, and then we queried it again, and then it doesn't. But just notice that the difference is, although everything's the same, alter table units and alter table units, here I say add comments, add uComments, and then I say it's a varchar and it's null. Here I say drop column uComments. And I don't have to put all this stuff because it already knows that, because it already exists. But let me go back and just show you one other thing. If we do this, see how the column did not exist and now it does over here? Well, if I try to run this query again, it's going to break because it's like saying there's already a field called comments, but let's add another, and SQL Server doesn't like that. It says column names in each table must be unique, sorry, go to the end of the line, have a nice day. Basically, it won't work until we get rid of the column, and then we can do it again. But if we run it again, then we get a mistake. So the column names have to be unique in SQL Server.